of you who were here last year remember that Russell was the AFP Arizona Legislator of the Year and the first guy to get our Jackalope Award. So, next up to introduce our next speaker. Are a couple of gentlemen, Mr. Ron Ludders and Mr. Lee Earle. They are from the 2012 Project. The 2012 Project, one of the things I love about this Tea Party group, the 2012 Project, is that they hold their meetings very conveniently about 5 blocks from my house. If you need a group to visit with in Central Phoenix, check out the Arizona 2012 Project and Mr. Ron Ludders and Lee Earle. 5 minutes.
Thank you. To our friends in the back, por favor, please respect free speech.
We're here actually to introduce someone who's fairly substantially known in the community.
Yes, and we have some interesting information that we want to impart.
For example,
if I were sheriff,
if you were sheriff,
if I was a sheriff, I've written a little note of things I would do. I'd plan for the inmates to have surplus canvas cabanas.
Ooh, canvas cabanas for inmates. That experience sounds intense.
It is intense. Tent City.
And you know, I think a good idea might be if the inmates want to watch television, I'd probably put them on a generator they have to pedal and in order to get the television to work.
Yes, and we tune them into Fox News. You know, another thing that we're talking about, you know, the sheriff has cameras on dogs.
On guard dogs?
On dogs.
Is that called hounding the inmates?
Hounding the inmates, yes, sir.
They get better at the end, folks. No. and I understand, oh, that sounds like a lot of baloney. I mean, that's just a lot of baloney.
And what does the sheriff serve? Green bologna.
When does he serve green bologna?
He serves green bologna on St. Patrick's Day.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
Every day.
That's what I thought. All right. And finally, if I were sheriff, I would certainly make sure the inmates understood that they're not going to be treated with kid gloves. I might even make them wear pink underwear. Unfortunately, we've already got a sheriff who does that. He is the world's toughest sheriff.
Sheriff Joe.
Thanks. Now you guys have motivated me. Anyway, thank you. I've talked before the Tea Party from New Hampshire to California. And I've drawn 200 demonstrators across the country. Over here, they can only pay for what, 10 or 15 demonstrators? And they don't have the courtesy to shut their mouth while we're saying our prayers and saluting the flag. And our people have fought for our country for freedom of the speech, but sometimes it goes too far when they don't have that courtesy to shut up during the ceremony. I hope they can hear me. As Russell Pierce, I don't know what happened to Russell, but Russell, you have to defend him. I have a friend of mine that also was a law enforcement official. I don't know why. Tom, You're the chairman of the Republican Party too. So you have an advantage. You have Russell Pierce, you got Tom, you got the sheriff. They have experience in law enforcement, and that helps to get the message across because we understand what the problems are. I spent 15 years at the Mexican-U.S. border as head of the federal drug enforcement in Mexico City, in Texas, in Arizona, so I'm one politician that knows where Mexico is. Unfortunately, the President of the United States doesn't want my opinion. I'm in the headlines again today in the New York Times. Of course, the story is not a nice story. They're concerned of me sending out the air posse to lock up dope peddlers and illegal aliens. So when all these demonstrators out of California wrote to the president and told the president that you have to tell that sheriff you can't use airplanes to fight the crime. My answer was to the White House, you can have a no-fly zone in Libya, but there will never be a no-fly zone in Maricopa County. I'll tell you right now. In our new operation, we call it Desert Sky, we've already locked up 250 drug and immigration smugglers in 10 days. So we are going to continue to fight the drugs, illegal immigration. I see our county attorney, Bill Montgomery. Hey, Bill. No, Bill. $100 million! Hold on, don't worry about the $100 million. It's $101 million.
Okay, how many more are you going to take?
We got our county attorney, Bill Montgomery, that's got the guts to prosecute these cases. Don't forget him. So this guy, you know, he's talking about $100 million, all this garbage. So I'll tell you one thing, I'll tell you another thing. You know, you just stimulated me, so we're going to go out and lock up 100 more tonight. And I'm going to tell you another secret. Another secret. Listen to this. I'm not going to criticize politicians and elected officials.
I'm not resisting. No, I'm not resisting.
Hey, don't worry about him. Look at me. Forget him. This happens every day. This happens all the time. Hey, I can't even talk and I get controversy. So, when you hear everybody say, we must secure the border, we know that's right. We must secure the border. But listen. This guy's taking away all my talk here. I hope he didn't have a gun. When they say secure the border, then they say first. Secure the border first. And then we will talk about illegal immigration. That is a cop-out. Because they don't want to lock up illegal aliens in the interior of the United States. So all is blamed on the border. You should enforce the law on the border and in the United States. That's what we should do. Many people want amnesty. We just raided another place yesterday. Of course, we raided Payway, raided McDonald's, Sizzler. I can't even get a steak anymore, or a hamburger. Get my clothes clean. They're going to a Mexican restaurant. I'm glad my wife's a good cook.
send Tim to make him with camera.
So, you know,
I can't.
it's a great fight. Don't surrender.
I'll bring it down after you.
I love the Tea Party. I'm from Massachusetts. You guys that stole our tea, you stole the Minutemen, and you stole me. All from Massachusetts.
Stop moving. I got it from here.
Did you see the underwear? I don't know. Do we have a copy? Anyway, I'm going to tell you something about the underwear. All the inmates wear the underwear in a hot 138 tents that are right over there. The tents. Put those tents up 18 years ago and they're still here. So I'm going to let you in on another public relations secret here. A secret. The underwear we sell to everybody. And why do the inmates wear the pink? Because they hate the color. They may like pink somewhere else around here, but not around here, but California. But they don't like it here. So we sold millions of pairs of underwear. Did you see the underwear? It's got my badge on it. On the right it says Joe Go, or Go Joe. I got new underwear coming out. Vamos Jose. That's coming out next week. So you can go buy a pair. Anyway, thank you. Support Russell Pierce. He's taking a lot of heat. He's just trying to do his job, taking a lot of heat. He'll survive. That'll be, hey, Russell. I'm talking about you. I just said you're a nice guy. That's worth $3 million more, Russell. So take care of Russell. Don't let these guys. Look, they can't. They did spell his name right. Well, they did spell it. What's recall mean? What is that? Chevrolet or Ford Company? Recall Ford? Anyway, thank you, and thanks for your support. Thank you.